So, good afternoon, everyone. Thank you for being here today. My name is Manuelita and Bautista, and I am excited to present my research on effectiveness of virtual reality simulations and fostering historical empathy and understanding among secondary students and Surrey Sur. This study explores how immersive technology can transform history education, making it more engaging and impactful for students. So let's begin. Okay, the importance of historical empathy. So, why historical empathy matters? First, we have this connecting with the past, building understanding and perspective. Second, developing critical thinking and social emotional skills. And then third is fostering civic engagement and national identity. The challenge here is the traditional method versus the immersive. Okay. Historical empathy allows students to connect with the past by understanding different perspectives, emotions, and experiences of people who lived in a different era. It helps develop critical thinking, social emotional skills, and a stronger sense of civic engagement. So, however, traditional teaching methods often struggle to fully immerse students in history, making it difficult for them to relate to past events. So, this is where virtual reality comes in, offering a new immersive way to experience history. History in the Philippine curriculum. So, as we all know that we have a curriculum that guided us in teaching. So in Philippine curriculum, first is we have the rich, complex history shaping national identity, the need for engaging and effective pedagogical approaches. Then last is the Surgato Sur, a unique cultural and historical setting, challenges regarding access to resources. So the Philippine curriculum places great importance on history education as our rich and complex history shapes our national identity. However, we face challenges in making history engaging and relevant for students and Surigao del Sur with its unique cultural and historical background. So there is a need for more effective pedagogical approaches. Limited access to historical resources further complicates the challenge. This study aims to explore how virtual reality simulation can bridge these gaps. And now we have here the research challenge. The primary challenge in history education is fostering historical empathy among students. Traditional methods, such as lectures and textbooks, have limitations in helping students deeply connect with the past. This research investigates whether virtual reality simulations can enhance historical empathy and provide a more effective learning experience. My study seeks to answer a specific questions regarding the effectiveness and impact of VR in history education. So this is the key research questions that helps this study effective. To get our study, we have, I mean, I have formulated K research questions. One, can virtual reality simulation enhance historical empathy compared to the traditional teaching methods? Two, what are the experiences of students and teachers using virtual reality? Then, three, what is the long term impact of virtual reality on students' empathy and understanding? Then, four, how do diverse students' backgrounds affect responses to virtual reality? Number five, can we develop reliable assessment tools to measure empathy within VR environments? So these questions will help me assess the feasibility and effectiveness of VR in a history education. And now the theoretical foundation. So this one, this study is grounded in three case theories. First is socio-constructivism. Learning is an active social progress where students build knowledge through interaction. Immersive learning, VR, can create engaging and realistic environments where students can experience history firsthand. Then, transfer of learning, the ability of the students to apply what they learn in virtual reality to real world historical understanding. So, these theories support the idea what immersive experiences can deepen students' historical empathy. Now, we have here the research hypothesis. Based on my theoretical framework, I propose the following hypothesis. First, VR will significantly enhance historical empathy among students. Two, both students and teachers will have a positive experience using VR. And third, the benefits of VR will be sustained over time. Four, students from diverse backgrounds will all benefit from VR learning. Reliable tools can be developed to assess historical empathy in VR settings. This study will test this hypothesis through rigorous research methods. And then, next slide, we have here the methodology, a mixed methods approach. So I will be use a mixed methods approach to get a comprehensive understanding of VR's impact on historical empathy. This includes the Aquasa experimental design, comparing pre and pro tests and control and experimental groups. Then, second, quantitative data collection through tests and surveys. Third, qualitative data, the from interviews, observations, and focus groups. And lastly, the longitudinal data collection to track long-term effects. This approach ensures we gather both numerical data and in-depth insights from students and teachers. The next, bringing history to life, VR simulation. So I think this is very important that I need to do a cultural relevant simulations based in the Philippine history. Collaborative development with the experts, engaging and accessible VR and samples of simulations content. So my intervention involves culturally relevant VR simulation design around key events in the Philippine history. These simulations have been developed in collaboration with historians and technology experts to ensure accuracy and engagement. Students will explore historical events in an immersive way, making learning more meaningful. The goal is to create an accessible and engaging experience that brings history to to life. Now, gathering and analyzing. In gathering and analyzing, to evaluate the effectiveness of VR, we will use a multi-phased data collection approach. Pre and post tests to measure changes in historical empathy. Surveys, interviews, and focus groups to gather qualitative insights. Then statistical analysis to examine patterns, and trends in the data. Thematic analysis to explore qualitative findings. This will provide well-rounded understanding of how VR affects student learning. Next is a tracking long-term impact. And this, we will have to do a key aspect of our study to measure the long-term impact of VR on students. So I will be conducting a follow-up assessment at the multiple points to see whether historical empathy and understanding are sustained over time. This will help me determine whether VR has lasting benefit in history education. And what we hope to achieve, or what I hope to achieve when I study this one. So, through this study, I hope to achieve the following. First is validated VR simulation tailored for the Philippine history education. Second, standardized assessment tools for measuring historical empathy in VR environments. Third, empirical data on the long-term impact of VR on learning policy. And policy recommendations to integrate VR into the curriculum. If successful, this study can revolutionize how history is taught in the Philippines. And now, with the project timeline and resources, this one is this research has important implication. First, it can improve history education in Surga del Sur and beyond. And teachers will be empowered with innovative teaching tools. Findings can inform educational policies and resource allocation. It promotes equitable access to engaging and high quality education. By integrating VR into history education, we can make learning more impactful for future generations. The impact and relevance. This project follows a structured timeline with key phases, including development of VR simulations, implementation in school, data collection and analysis, publication of findings. So the budget covers essential resources such as VR equipment, software development, and research expenses will be ethical considerations are also prioritized to ensure the responsible use of VR in education. And now that is my presentation. And if you have questions, I can acknowledge that one. So if you have questions, please do ask questions about my presentation of my study. And this concludes my presentation. So I would like now to ask you if you have any questions, you can comment down in my comment section. So thank you for coming here. I would also like to thank you all for giving me your time for my for giving me the privilege to present my study. Thank you all for your time and attention. Thank you.